Absolutely. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I'm on a little early tonight because the sensei is not doing Nerds on Culture. And it's my day off. So I said, let me come on early tonight so I could do some things later and get to bed early. Let's do this roll call real quick. I don't plan on being on here long. Had a conversation. Well, first, let's do this roll call real quick. The beautiful lovers of word, Woke, Rod Neal, Sam Mack, Eric Jordan in the building, Tay Tay, Future Ex-Wife, salute. Coach 67, James Doon, Derek the Legend, Gaines, what's good? Yeah, smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Tay Tay early in that super chat salute she says, salute ex-husband, how are you? Thank you for the super chat. Much love and appreciation. I want you to have a look at this picture. And every now and again I'm on the gram, and a lot of the brothers they post some good stuff. They post some really, really good stuff. And I'm gonna play for you some of that good stuff from Soul Power Salute from one of the brothers. He actually was on a panel with me. I had him on here with the brother Blueberry. I'm gonna get to it in a second. Phenomenal Mexican salute. Smash the like button, ladies and gentlemen. Every now and again, you'll read something in a comment section, and I'm a very aggressive person at times. I have to curb that, a lot. Very aggressive. But sometimes you see a comment that is so ridiculous, you can't just say anything. And I'm not wrong, because if you mention something in a comment section, you have to be ready for whatever you got coming back to you. Now, I will admit that sometimes I'll check the temperature of a post and I'm like, you know what, there's too many idiots in here. So I just won't say anything. I'll just leave the post. Right. But for the most part, everyone agreed. And I'm gonna show it to you in a second. For the most part, everyone agreed. And then you had this one dude, claims it was a dude, and he disagreed. And I'm going to show you, I'm explaining to you, I'm going to show you what he said. And it's going to explain why I have this picture here. What you see here is a group of black men, well-dressed, in arms. And this picture means a lot. To me, it says brothers in arms. These are not the Pookies and the Ray Rays of the world. These are the men that stand against the machine that leads society to have this preconceived notion of who we are as black men. Now, I'm a man of a certain age. A lot of people are men and women of a certain age. Jay Williams, salute. And for the most part, I know we stand against the nonsense that's been put on us. And from a lot from our own, a lot from black women. Reese, what up? I'm talking about the black women that had the microphones. Like Oprah, 35 years of telling society what black men don't do. Shogun, salute. Armanage, salute. I mean, we had to deal with that. And then when the facts, data, and statistics came out, and it was a complete opposite of what she put out in society for decades. Not a year or two, decades. For years, black men, we've had a reputation of not being fathers, being hood rats and gang violence and stuff. And not all of it was accurate. Not all of it was accurate. Especially the fatherless part. It's not accurate. And you see, to be an idiot, to be uninformed in this current junction, at this age, with all of this information that's available, to be ignorant is a choice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about. Okay. This was a whole conversation I had over the last couple of days on Instagram, and I was going back and forth with this dude. Oh, he claims he's a dude. This is what he claims. I honestly think a lot of these dudes be trolling. They'd really be women, but they be trolling. But here's why I think it was a woman trolling. But if it was a dude, his conversation was suspect in nature. I'll just say that. So I started calling him, homosexual because of the position he took. And I'll explain it. But let me take you to the video he commented on.
The gay culture, fat culture, all the cultures, everything culture, the feminist culture with no families, y'all are supporting this, not men. And if a man tells you the truth to push back on it, he's toxic, he's a narcissist, he's sexist, and he's a bigot. Everything we do to try to support families, our black women push back on. That's the problem. So if you want to talk about sexualizing, make sure you acknowledge what the mamas are doing right in front of their boys and their daughters, having men going in and out, in and out, in and out, having their titties all over the internet, having their ass all over the internet, showcasing everything and marketing to other men while you got a man and you got children, while you got babies.
I'm gonna let you hear it again.
Y'all supporting the gay culture, fat culture, all the cultures, everything culture, the feminist culture with no families. Y'all are
now. I'm gonna stop it right there. Y'all heard the first thing he said, right? Now, I agree with everything he said. Everything that we stand against, and when we say we stand against it, that don't mean we're actively, like physically fighting against it. To stand against something, you don't have to be physically like trying to cut it down, burn it down physically. But you can stand against it by not dealing with it and speaking out against it and calling it out when you see it. What he's saying is that there's a lot of these women out here that complain about black men, complain about us and what we're not doing, complain that, we're just out here stabbing everything with a big butt and not taking care of the responsibility of the child when we make it out of wedlock. Meanwhile, that's their choice too. And you can't be for that and then complain about the downsizing of the black family. You can't be pro-black family, and every time you see homosexual men or women acting out of order, you yes all over the place. No. Don't you yes a black man spinning in a dress. Once you see that, the black household, that's one black household destroyed. Now, I'm not saying, bully him or nothing like that. I'm saying leave that alone. But don't enable that. I've seen videos of women holding, you saw the woman holding the baby and had the flag on the onesie. The baby wasn't even 1 year old, but she was like, oh, please be gay when you grow up, please be gay. That's child abuse. That's child abuse. That's what we're talking about. That's what he's talking about. And I said, man, let the man cook. RB and Real Bravo Network, salute to you in that super chat. Much love. He said, just stopping through showing some support. I'll catch the replay. Support black media. Man, salute to you, good brother. Much love and appreciation. Pinball player, salute. And I know there's a lot of people on right now. I just want to come on early and get this out the way because it kind of like irked me. Now look, let me take you into the conversation. You see me, I said, let the man cook, right? Now, look at what this dude, first of all, his name is Yogi Bears. All right. I don't know if you can see his pic. He I don't know what's going on here. He's whatever. But the more he talked, the more I looked at his picture and I said, you know what, this dude, I think he's suspect. Look what he says this. What the F does all that ish got to do with black culture? Now stop right there. You hear what he's saying? His first sentence. You can read it. What the F does that have to do with black culture? Now watch what he does. You can be a feminist and for the culture. You can be gay and be for the culture. You can even be fat and be for the culture. Are you reading that? So I'm reading this like, huh? How the fuck y'all keep blaming black women for a man's problem? Pause right there. Did anything that the brother Ali said, did anything he said was an Forgive me, I'm angry, y'all. I'm angry because the more I read this back, I said, wait a minute, this dude is out of line. Just Sparks, salute. 704 said, I ain't getting no notification. It's all good, brother. You know how they do me. Let me ask y'all a question. Ali was very clear in his statement. I didn't see this whole panel. But he uploads these shorts because he cooks on these panels. There's nothing that he said was wrong. So this dude comes in here. Allegedly, this is a dude. Talking about you can be all of those things and be for the culture. No, you can't. This dummy probably voted for Biden. You cannot. Because everything he mentioned is wrong with the culture. Everything he mentioned was wrong with the culture. And when we call it out, they go from one part of the spectrum all the way left. You can't say, look, our sisters are overweight. I need them to be healthy. You hate your mom. Huh? Wait a minute. How does me saying 80% of our black women, Joe Townsend in the building, what up? How does me saying 80% of my black sisters are overweight? How do I go from saying that to hating my mother? What are you talking about? I don't get that. Yo, look, we can't build a strong household when y'all are enabling these dudes that are homosexual. Oh, you're homophobic. No. Y'all are complaining. Y'all don't want to complain that there ain't no good men out here, and y'all are lying and saying that a lot of us are gay. That's not true. Y'all enable the gay men 1 minute, and then the next minute, when you're looking for a man and can't find one, or you find one and you fumble the ball, you saying that he had a little sugar in his tank. Why? Because he was well spoken and he didn't want to tolerate with you and your box braids and your sailor mouth. The truth is, a lot of these women are supporting the wrong thing that has goofed up our community. And that's all Ali was saying. So he did not fire one unnecessary shot there. All he was saying is, yo, look, y'all enabling this stuff. 1 minute you're saying ain't no good men out there because the ones that make a lot of money date outside the culture, date outside their race, or they're gay. Huh? But meanwhile, a lot of y'all bitches say y'all got a good gay best friend or whatever the fuck. I don't get you. Eric Jordan in that super chat salute. He says, bro is acting let a delusional modern woman be a monkey. Yo, bro. Listen to this. I want you to, Eric, listen to this. Listen to this. I'm going to continue reading it. He says, how the fuck y'all keep blaming black women for a man's problem? I didn't know this was our problem. Because last I checked, men waved the white flag and a lot of dudes, started getting their passports and not dealing with this shit. And that's a problem. He says, address the unemployment rates the fathers leaving children, the upscale in crime in our community caused mostly by our children and men. We need leaders. Work on the men and the women will follow. We are the only demographic of men who are pushing this bullshit. Fix the men, aka the leaders, and the women will follow. There are gay, fat feminists all in all cultures, yet we are the only ones scapegoating the bullshit. Young man, and by the way, I told him about this podcast and I told him he could pull up. And I was very respectful when I was dealing with him at first. At first. Everything he said there is inaccurate. Everything he said there was inaccurate. All right. As you can see, there's 111 replies here. So he starts going back and forth with this dude named Self One, and I couldn't take it. So I responded, dude, are you for real with this statement? Here's what you do. Please provide the stats for male unemployment in comparison to females. Then provide the crime rate committed by men in comparison to women. That'll be a fun stat to discuss. And then make sure you at me so we can talk about it. No one is scapegoating women. The issue is women aren't holding themselves accountable like how men hold each other accountable. I don't have F boys in my circle, and contrary to what you may believe, the F boys are the minority. Holla at your boy. All right. Then he says, accountable for what? Then he sends me this. He sends me this, a PDF. And then he sends me another PDF. Right? And he says, this is for the crime. Holler at me when you're done. Man, I ain't have time to deal with this shit. So I said, which page? The PDF, which I'm going to pull up. The PDF was like 20 pages. So I said, which page? You gave me an entire book to read. Cite the page that proves your exact point. In other words, I'm asking them to cite the page so I can go to it and read the stat and we can have a conversation. And I said again, which page? All right, I see where this is about to go. I'm a working man and I got things to do today. So I'll be in and out. But this is definitely a topic I want to engage with you on. The cap you are wearing for women making choices that aren't productive to our community are astonishing. But I will address all of it. So then I gave him a link since he wanted to play that game. Then I said to him, more women are committing crimes than in the past, but they have not yet caught up to men. Similar to how the average man makes more money than the average woman. The number of women committing crimes are increasing, and men have nothing to do with that. But they are bosses, right? Then he says, you ain't even read. It goes down here. And then he's talking about men can't make more money than women if they're not working. You get that right. Men aren't working. They have to be bosses. Men aren't working nor providing. Everything you said was baseless. You asked for a debate, and I don't know what the debate is. You straight provided hot air and a waste of time. I won't be responding. And it was on from there. It was on from there. We went on for 2 days. So then he became a lab rat. I told him I'll be discussing this tonight. Get on the panel, 11 p.m. And so he's arguing with several people in the damn chat. So now, MJ Total Health and Witness. I'm doing 1,000 things I want. MJ Total Health and Wellness, salute. Spurger Marshall, salute. So now, let's get to it. He said working. The average man isn't working. The black man isn't working. So, you have to put things in context. And this is why he wouldn't darken my doorstep, because you know where I'm going to go. Blackdemographics.com. It's a website that discusses what's going on in our community for our people, by black people. But I know. Stats aren't relevant, right? But I have his, 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 his fucking 20-page thing that he sent me, the employment situation as of September of 2023. I'm not look, I read through this. There's a lot to cover here. There's a lot to cover, and give me a minute, because everything that was in there is right here. So I've gone through this. Let's go through it again. All right, because I challenged them on several points. Joe Townsend says, every black man I know is working. Exactly. But let's go to the facts, data, and statistics. African-American income. Median weekly earnings by age. Black, right here. Let's just stay right here on the left side. Right, it says black. From 16 to 24 years old, boys/men, $648. Weekly earnings. 16 to 24 black girls and women make slightly more, $657. Now watch this, y'all. From the ages of 25 to 54 years old, black men make $1,014. Weekly earnings by age. What happened here? Same age, black women, $895. Now let me stop right there for a minute. In order for black men to be, black men to be ahead in the salary comparison, they have to be working, like he said. They have to be working. Well, I'm looking at that stat, and these stats are up to date. It's early as up to September. Tim TV, what up? Up to September. Working, but I'm gonna show you some more statistics. All right, we see, because you have to put things into context. You have to break it down, which is why his ass ain't here. And I'm gonna tell you the ultimate girl move he did later on in the conversation, because then I just began to clown him, because when you start hitting him with logic, you know, he started trying to like insult me. So I said, okay, I see where this is going. So I just said, yo, are you rolling your neck and snapping? And before you hit before you hit post, do you say yes and then press post? I'm just curious, because I'm sensing a lot of feminine energy from him. And I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Eric Jordan back in that super chat. He said the FBI crime arrest chart proves that white people do the most crimes every year, hands down, for over the past 20 years. Of course. But he don't want to talk about that. Now, mind you, everything that I'm talking about here had nothing to do with what Ali was talking about in that video on that panel. I don't know what show that was. They had nothing to do. All he was saying was, we can't grow as a community when women are enabling the fuck shit. Can I ask y'all a question? Ladies in the chat, can I ask y'all a question? Name one straight man that you know that says, yo, you heard that new Saucy Santana? Name one. Name one. But who supports him, though? Other than the men in his family? The men in his family say, all right, you know what? That's my cousin, or that's my nephew, or that's my son, or whatever. I don't know what his situation is. Name one heterosexual man that you know that says, yo, you heard that new Saucy Santana? Or he has that on his MP3 on his phone. Yo, I know he get down like that, but yo, this track here, name one. Name one. Because I can't name one. I can't name one. I rest my case. So now, 25 to 54, men out-earn women. 55 and over, men, 1,128 a week. Women, 925. So, listen. It's pretty safe to say, he said, working with all those G's in it. So when the men are working, they're out earning their counterparts. They're out earning the women. Now, this is not new news. Everyone knows this. This is just dealing with the black. I just went over the. It says all of the races next to them. I'm just dealing with black women and black men. Mr. Shelton, salute. Right? So I'm like, where are you getting this from? So he sends me this big old 20-page, what is this, a PDF? And I'm like, what the fuck, bro? And I went through it. I'm like, bro, it's not really sharing. It's not sharing anything that I don't already know. But you have to have a conversation to put it in context. So let's go further. Economics. Let's go to, I'm going to go to employment. African American employment. Black unemployment rate, August 2023, 5.3%. All right. Let's go here. Let's go to the chart. Black. Look, men. Look. Not in labor force. Look, the red is unemployed. The blue is employed. Green, in armed forces. All right. Now, I need y'all to understand this from ages 25 to 64. I need you to follow the bouncing ball. Because this is where he misread shit. This is where he misread shit and left it alone. But he never went into, all right, boom. Y'all ever walked up on a crime scene before the police got there? Someone laying in the floor and they hurt or unconscious or bleeding. You literally park your car or you just come out your house and walk down a block and you're like, oh, someone's on the floor. What do you say? What happened? Oh, well, somebody came up and they jumped on him and they hit him with a pipe. In your mind, you're like, why'd they do that? Right? So when you see this, you look for an explanation. Now, look at the chart. All right, what does the gray say? Not in the labor force. So 27% of black people are not even in the labor force. Rashad, what up? How you feel? Right? The red means unemployed. Now watch this, y'all. 6% of black men are unemployed. 5% of black women are unemployed. 27% of black men are not in the labor force. 25% of women are not in the labor force. Fine. It says green are in the armed forces. 1% of black men are in the armed forces. 0% of black women are not in the armed forces. Keep that in mind, y'all. I'm saying that for a reason. Now watch this. 66% of black men are unemployed. Okay? I'm sorry, 66% of black men are employed. They are employed. 70% of black women are employed. That's 4% more black women that are employed, more employed than black men. Now stop right there. Don't black women outnumber black men like 7 or 8 to 1? Let me know if that's true in the chat. Don't black women outnumber black men like 7 or 8 to 1? I think that's the number. Eric Jordan in that super chat salute. He said, man in every ethnic group, men in every ethnic group make more than women. That's 100%. Yeah, it says that right there. Right, arm and eyes. So salute to you in that super chat, brother. Right, arm and eyes. For every one man, there's like 7 to 8 women. So it's not that big of a difference. It's not that big of a difference, but I need you to hold on to that for a second. Because this stat right here, a dude like that be ready to close up shop and say, see? We need to look at this. And I'm going to break it down to you right now. My brother Drip in that super chat salute, he said, bro, I've never met a woman who comes from being homeless in a different state, got through 6 jobs and 3 academies to make 6 figures like me. Not one. Thank you. Because they don't. Because you know why? I'm going to tell you what this chart is explaining. And salute to you, Drip. You know I know. I'm explaining to you. Let's scroll down here. African American occupations. You already know where I'm about to go with this. If you watch me, you know, because I've discussed this before. And this is why I needed this young Jay Nelson salute. This is why I needed this black man here to discuss these stats. First thing he would do, more than likely, was degrade this website. When in reality, the information you get here is the exact same information you can get from the CDC. So everything that he sent me in that PDF is right here. So I wanted to challenge him on this. We was gonna go through this shit like step by step. And I would pull up his PDF and say, isn't this saying the same thing? Well, let's look at this. All civilian population. All right. I'm not dealing with that. Let's deal with men and women. All right. Now look, black right here on the left, right here. Black, look, men, civilian employee population, 16 years and over. Look, management, business, science, and arts occupations. 24% men, right? Down here, women, the same categories, 35%. Stop right there. What do we know about that? What do we know about that? Do y'all know the difference between white collar and blue collar work? Do y'all know the difference between white collar and blue collar work? That first line I just read to you, the reason why more women excel at those jobs is because those are the jobs that they pursue and they take. I'll say it again. Management, business, science, and arts occupations. Even the next one, service occupations. Men at 24%, service occupations. Black women, 27%. Watch this. Sales and office occupations. Men are at 18%. Women are at 30%. Now, you ready for this? You ready for this? That's all white collar. You know, you can I'm going to give you a real simple way you can distinguish the two. You can differentiate the two, between the two. White collar is soft. No disrespect to the brothers doing white collar, but white collar is more like office work, business, manager. You're working in AC. And when it's 10 degrees outside, you're working in heat. You have to wear a suit and tie to work. Customer service. Nothing wrong with that. I'm not knocking your hustle if that's what you're doing. But women are more likely to get those jobs. Why? Because when you're working for a corporation and you're in service, a lot of times it's easier to deal with women. Women are more friendly. And I'm not kidding when I say this. I'm not trying to sound like a douche, but a lot of times when you, like, for instance, you're checking into a hotel, there's men that work there, but I'm not being funny. But a lot of times, and that's called hospitality. If I haven't dealt with a woman at the front desk, it's usually a dude, and I'm not saying they're gay. I've seen a lot of them where you couldn't even hide it, but they're very like perky. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm Tim, and how are you? No disrespect to my brother Tim in the chat. And it's like, whoa, damn. That's how you got to be all day, brother? Sheesh. And that's just not what we do. In abundance, it's not what we do. You think I'm bullshitting? Watch this. Natural resources, construction and maintenance occupations. Black men at 10%. The same category for black women, 1%. Okay. Now we get into it. Now, the next two categories are blue collar, which means you in the field. Construction workers, police officers, peace officers, firemen. Watch this. Production, transportation, and material moving occupations. Black men, 26%. Black women, 8%. Whoa! What? And there you go. Growth, my brother. What's good? There you go. You see the big difference? Mr. Luxury, salute to you, good brother. Be more. You see the difference? How many times you heard me say this on my show? And you heard it somewhere, like, and you heard it on other shows. You heard it when brothers be in the street. You saw the brother in the street, I think it was on TikTok, and he said, he went up to a woman. Would you rather work a blue collar job, which means get out in the elements? I think he said working in the sewer for $100,000, or work an office job for $50,000. Every last one of those broads said $50,000 job in the office. Y'all saw what I'm talking? Y'all had to have seen that. I said, look at that. Every man, they said, fuck that. I'd rather work in the sewer. It pays more. That's just who we are. Smoke and talk, salute. That's just who we are. That's what we do. We look at the bag and say, yo, you know what? I need this bag. How did that brother said, would you rather work a $50,000 a year job where you just look good, or work the $100,000 job where you look dirty, grimy, and fucked up? In other words, a $50,000 job, you would look like you're making $100,000, but you're not. The real money is working in the sewer. All of those chicks say they'd rather look good than be working in the sewer making double the amount of money. All of them said that. All of the men said, no, I'd rather be really making the money. Women pursue these white collar jobs. And to be honest, there's more white collar jobs available. These construction jobs, walking down Ram, salute. These construction jobs and stuff, you gotta know someone, you gotta get into the union. And plus, man, these brothers that are building these big ass skyscrapers, I barely see women even on the site. That's just not what they do. I'm not saying there's not one or two around, but out of 20 people, you might get one. Get out of here. So this is what I wanted to deal with. I wanted to invite the brother on here so we can have this conversation. Now, here's the thing. Everything that the brother Ali said, had nothing to do with what he was trying to make. The point that this dude, whoever this fella is, what's his name? Yogi Bears. It had nothing to do with what the brother was saying. Yogi Bears comes in here and starts talking about, hey man, don't blame the black women because the black men are the leaders, and he's basically saying we're failing at the leadership, and the numbers don't even prove that. The numbers don't prove that. More women are employed, but they're still not making more than the men that are employed. Hello. If men aren't being responsible, why, Akonda, what up, brother? Why do the passport bros exist? Why are so many brothers are getting their passports and exploring their options in other countries? You can't be jobless in doing that. These are things that I asked him. And I'm like, yo, look, you have to dive into this in depth. That's why I invited him onto the show. And you see his ass ain't here. He said he won't be responding until I started insulting him in response of him insulting me. Talking about read the PDF. I'm saying, which page, dude? Never mind. I got everything you need right here on blackdemographics.com. Original man, salute. Exactly. Black women are always in school. They're the most enrolled in school, but they're not the most educated. There's a difference. You can go to the gym every day, but what happens if you just go to the gym and socialize? Y'all don't know what I'm talking about. The motherfucker that's in the gym and he's always talking to people. He's a cool dude. He's always around the gym. He knows everybody, but you never see him doing anything. It's like, nigga, I'm in the middle of a set and you talking to me. He don't lift no weights. He just goes in there. He's a social butterfly. He goes to the dudes at the bench. He goes to the dude at the leg press. He goes to the dude on the treadmill. He don't get no work done. And he be in there for hours. It's like, yo, this nigga don't do no work. He's never in here. People doing full transformations and he's looked the same and he's a social butterfly. He goes to the gym to hang out. Just because you go to the gym don't mean you're getting any work done. Just because you walk in the door, now you gotta hit a body part or two. Exactly, Ram. That's the gym's hype man. So he's throwing this PDF at me. I said, which page, man? It's like, I got shit to do. I'm a working black man. Something that you don't claim exist, you claim doesn't exist. Working. The difference between unemployed black women and unemployed black men is like 6%. And the black men that are working are out earning the women. It's a fact. I just saw it. Now watch this. 1% of men are in the military. How many percentage of women are in the military? It's not even 1%. Which means, I'm not saying there's no women in the military, but it's so low that it doesn't even register. How many women that says, you know what, I'm going to go to the armed forces and I'm going to do a 20-year career and I'm going to leave. It happens, but not in abundance. Our military is more men. I'm not saying women aren't there. I'm saying it's more men. Women aren't coming out of college and coming out of high school saying, I'm going to go to the armed forces and do my 20 years there. No. Even when there was no war, women weren't going. Out of 30 women, you might get one. But I just showed you the demographic stat. I just showed it to you. 1% black men going, 0 of women, which means it's so low it's not even registering. Now here's why I called this dude, either he was a woman trolling as a man, which I'm believing it had to have been, or he was gay. Because the first thing Ali said was that, you black women are enabling, homosexuals. We're talking about the collapse of the black household, and y'all are enabling gay men. And then when you get around a guy and he doesn't choose you, you say he was suspect. I don't understand. Which one is it? Salute to my brother Drip back in that super chat. He said, women also take low-paying jobs to keep the benefits from the state so that they don't pay full rent, don't pay full in groceries, etc. Men barely have help. Exactly. Women have access to so much public assistance that we don't have access to. Women are protected. See, that's why he's not here, man. That's why he's not here. That's why he's not here, because these are things I wanted to have a conversation with. Don't just send me a goddamn PDF. Let's have a conversation, brother. Let's have a conversation. And then he's like, oh, no, I'm not going to respond. Yeah, okay. I was about to get at him. Y'all know how I do. We could pull up the PDF. We could pull up black demographics. I read it. There was not that much of a difference. But it says the same thing. Looking up the information here is simple. It proves my point. There's more white-collar jobs available out here. But guess what? Women take those jobs. I remember when Nike Town first opened in the 90s, the first Nike Town in New York. I applied and my girlfriend applied at that time. We applied at the same time. Don't you know she got called? And then there was a 800 number you call to apply, right? I applied and I didn't make it out of the automated system. I have to wait for a call back to see if I get called down for an interview, right? She said, hold up, let me see something. And she called. She selected something, and then a guy came on and said, how old are you? And she told him her age at the time. And then he's like, okay, well, you can come on down and we'll talk to you. How does Tuesday sound? She said, okay. And I was on three-way listening to this. And I said, I told you. They're looking for salespeople on the floor. They're looking for females. When he heard your voice, he answered the phone. When he read your name, he answered the phone. That's a true story. That's a true story. Like, she already had gotten hired. Well, I'm sorry, she already had gotten her interview. And the store wasn't even open yet. So I said, oh man, they might need some stock people or whatever. I didn't get past the automated system. But when they said your name, I obviously have a male name. She had a female name. They answered the phone. They said, yes, hello, yes, what is your name? And she said her name, but a different last name, because she already had an interview and she was getting hired. So I kept calling. I said, tell her, I said, yo, because all of her girlfriends, she had like 7 girlfriends that got hired. And I said, yo, myself and 3 other dudes was like, yo, we don't get past. I said, someone answered the phone. You got somebody? I said, yo, no one answers the phone. There's an automated system. She said, no. I said, no one. So then she put it on 3-way, heard me call, and then she called and the dude answered the phone. Why? They wanted the girls on the floor, the sales floor. They're easy to them. It's easier to deal with. They want TNA talking to people. They don't want dudes talking to people. I already knew what that was about. There's nothing you could do about it. It's a private company. They could do that. Now, bro, I mean, today you could probably make us think about it, but you know, I was a teenager when that happened. I was like, man, that's pretty foul. But back then I didn't know how to fight. Like, I should have recorded that, but whatever. But you get my point. White collar job. White collar job. Now, if that was a warehouse and the job description was you have to be able to at least lift 20 pounds off the floor, move boxes, work in all kinds of weather. You only need steel-toe boots. How many women are they hiring? Better question. How many women are taking that job? You see my point? That's my point. Drip back in that super chat. He says women also kick their sons out or tell them to get a job at 16 because the state considers them adults. Daughters just get preggo and that's the dependent. You see what I mean? This is the shit I'm talking about. And what he's saying is National Geographic facts. But see, cats don't want to talk about that. This is why I needed this dude, Yogi Bears, here. Let's chop it up. I can reset the game and put all that insulting that we did back and forth. I can put that aside. We can have a conversation. But you wrong, brother. You wrong. You're dead wrong. Now, here's why I say I think he was either a woman capping as a man or he's gay. Here's why I say that. Caught a face still of my brother. What's good? Here's why I say that. When I started body bagging him, because you know my mouth is real slick. He started talking about, I said, yo, I told him to pull up. I said, dude, you doing all this talking, but you saying you don't have time. But you've been chit-chatting for 3 days with myself and this other fella that was firing shots at him. He says, I don't have time to entertain you. I do IT work. I'm on my way to a weed dispensary to do their computer, you know, their IT work at their farm or whatever. He started talking about what he does for a living and how much money he makes. Dude, let me explain something to you. Women do that. When I read that, you know what I read? All I thought about was, y'all ever dealt with a chick, or not even dealt with a chick, y'all ever heard a chick talk? And when she even thinks someone's talking down to her, she starts talking about how much she spends on her nails, how much money she got, some dude that she messed with, what kind of car he drive, or the latest rapper that offered her a ride home. And she starts talking about her accolades. And guess what? Nobody asked. It had nothing to do with what we're talking about. So you're in IT. I'm happy for you. You're about to do a whole program at a weed dispensary. I'm happy for you. I know several people that do IT work. They get paid. I'm happy for you. That's the lick right there. It is. But that had nothing to do with what Ali was talking about on that panel. You see how he moved the goalposts? And see, this is what people try and do in debates. They'll slowly try and move. Now he's talking about what kind of black man, allegedly, he is, as opposed to the other black men in here. And I said, dude, you sound like a girl, man. I said, I think if you're not a girl trolling, I think you're gay, dude. So I asked him, are you neck popping? And before you press post, you go, ow, yes. Fuck that, nigga. Are you doing this when you responding to me? What are you doing? Exactly, big man. Exactly. That's like a Dr. Umar clone. That had nothing to do with what Ali was talking about. Because I was going to get him. If he was on here, first of all, the way he was talking, he's significantly younger than me. And I know that. I can tell the way he was talking. So I had to dumb down my conversation and go to his level. Because I dragged him. Dude, you're gay, man. You're gay. Nobody asked about what you do for a living. Y'all out here firing shots at black men. And I can show you via this site that that's not the case. Working black men can't lead what they cannot control. Oh, black men shouldn't be controlling their wives. Yes, we're supposed to. We're supposed to control our household. If we can't control our household, what do you have? Anarchy. What do we have in the black community? Anarchy. Women are in control of themselves. And what does our community look like? What did Ali say? They're bigging up black gay men. They're bigging up twerking and all this ridiculous behavior. They're bigging up women being overweight. It's okay, girl. You can eat all the chicken you want. Inject the grease in your veins. It's okay if you look like Lizzo. It's not okay. It's not okay. And to do those things is to say, I don't give a fuck about what my black men think. When we're telling you, please put down the fork. Please stop cursing so much. Please stop twerking every goddamn where. Please stop collecting bodies on your resume. What are you doing? That's right. We don't control you because y'all are out of control. How is that our fault? You don't listen any goddamn way. It's not our fault. Y'all can do whatever the fuck. Y'all been doing what y'all want to do. And look at our community now. Y'all have all the freedom that you want and look at what you're doing with it now. That has nothing to do with men not working. There's only a 6% difference between unemployed black women and black men. And the men that are employed, they're not even in control of the goddamn household because these bitches are doing whatever the fuck they want to do. That's the truth. You think I'm bullshitting? Wednesday, you know what I'm talking about? Let me show you what I'm talking about Wednesday. Bam. Okay? All right? Be here Wednesday. Be here Wednesday. What you see there are 3 black men who are high value. 2 of those women found the way to fuck it up. And that one right there, Aisha Curry, yeah, I hope not. But if I was gonna take a guess of who's gonna fuck their marriage up sooner or later, I'd say it's her. They're working. And don't look now, Tyrese, everybody's talking about it tonight. I like to let shit rest so I can give my opinion so no one can say, oh, well, you copied off what I said. No, the facts are the facts. I'm just going to give my opinion. That's why I'm waiting until Wednesday. Tyrese, ex-wife, is now regretting leaving him. What? We'll discuss it. We will discuss that on Wednesday. We say the term submissive and these chicks lose their fucking mind. We can't say, yo, babe, I don't think you should be, going to a concert with your butt cheeks hanging out. You're a mother, though. Y'all remember that? And what did black women do? What did black women do? All he said was, you're a mother, though. And everyone missed, when I say black women missed, they completely, not missed, they lost the plot. They lost the plot. They didn't even get it. He wasn't talking about, you disrespected me. That went without saying. He said, you're a mother, which means he was talking about that baby they're raising. When this baby goes to school, what you did with Usher, who has herpes, by the way, he has a reputation. You showing up to that concert with your butt out, our child's going to have to deal with that. Never mind me. He didn't even say you disrespected me. He said you're a mother, though. And these bitches went crazy. Thank you, Rod. They missed the point on purpose. I said, wait, did no one? And I wait, Rod, I waited a week and I just waited. And I'm like, I'm waiting for someone. I know someone's going to say, nobody said it. So I said, well, allow me to be the first. Nobody said, Dr. Mark, salute. Nobody said what I said. If y'all heard it anywhere else, let me know. I think I was the only person that got on here and said, he wasn't even talking about how she violated him. That was everybody else. He said, you're a mother, though. He was talking about the baby. When that baby gets older, that baby's going to have to go to school and deal with somebody messing with him or her. I forgot whether they have a boy or a girl. The child has to go to school and somebody's going to go on their phone and say, this your mother's butt? With Usher with herpes? Your baby got to deal with that. And what are you going to do? Mommy's a boss. They don't know me. Yeah, but mom, they said a kid don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that. A boy? Yeah, that's worse. Kids can be demons. Missing the plot on purpose. So I wanted this dude to pull up, but his ass ain't here. I told him I have a panel. You're welcome to come through. And then the insults increase. In other words, he didn't want no smoke. I said, you ducking the smoke, dude. I want this smoke. Because he's telling a half-ass story. He said, working. So let me get this straight. What he was saying was, these women are allowed to be out of order because black men aren't working. Where the fuck does that make sense? Picture this. Picture this. A woman's taking care of all the bills in the house. So she don't respect her man that's unemployed for whatever reason. And no, I'm not talking about the man that's choosing to be lazy and sitting at home playing the Xbox that you paid for. Because 10 times out of 10, if you're dealing with a man like that, you chose that dude. And you know he was like that when you married him. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a man that went to work every day and next thing you know, his job was gone. Well, Drew, that don't happen. Yes, it does. For those of you that live in New York or watch the news, let me see. Original Man, Drip. Y'all know. Y'all remember y'all got up out of bed that morning and y'all heard Bear Stearns closed?
What?
Those dudes, and this wasn't all black people. These were white high execs making six figures, $200,000, $300,000 a year. They went to work that morning, swiped their card, and they couldn't get in the building. They're like, what's going on? Oh, it closed down. Closed down? They had no warning. They got to work that morning and the company was gone. They had to get escorted to their desk to get their family pictures and shit. Guys working there for years. I'm talking about those dudes like, yo, honey, I'm unemployed. Going from making $200,000 a year, life is good. And it's like, yo, we only got like $400,000 in savings. We got to tighten our belt. As a matter of fact, we got to put the house up for sale because I ain't got it. What you mean? What'd you do to lose your job? No, the company's gone. You seen the news? And she's working. But now y'all about $3,000 left. I mean, less off your income. So now she has to work overtime and, you know, it's a little difficult for women to tighten their belt and say, okay, we got to shorten our what we spend every month. It's harder for women to do that. So she has to work overtime. And now he's at home because this was a white collar guy. Now he has to look at the paper, look online and see if he could take his talent somewhere else. And 1 month he's unemployed, 2 months he's unemployed. Now he's gaining a little weight because he's a little depressed and he feels like less of a man and she's becoming resentful. Y'all know where I'm going. And she's becoming resentful. She comes home, he's there, and he's in his boxes and he done ate some food and now he's on his laptop. She think he's bullshitting, playing Candy Crush. No, he's really looking for jobs, but now he's getting depressed and getting overweight because he feels like less of a man and she's getting resentful and he's not feeling well and she's picking fights. And you know how our black women do. By the time she gets on somebody's podcast, it's this lazy motherfucker. Not all our sisters, but y'all know what I'm talking about. He's like, lazy? What you mean? I just got laid off. Well, you can't find a job. It's been 3 months. I got to find a job where I was at least making close to what I was making. Because if I just buckle down and go work at the supermarket, that's nothing compared to what I was making. Now I'm out the house working 10-hour shifts and I'm still not making what you're making. You're still going to be mad at me. Do y'all see where I'm going with this? Shit like that happens. So I'm not talking about the pookie that you decide to lay up and procreate with. I'm talking about the dudes that really lost their jobs. That's a serious thing. And most women can't identify with that. And if a man has been working white collar jobs all his adult life, it is tough for him to go do blue collar work. You ever seen a dude come from blue collar, white collar work and then try and go to a blue collar job? They go in the fire department, the fire department academy, the police academy, construction work. They can't handle it. They quit. Or they're working for a little while, be miserable, and then when they find something in their job field, they leave. They be like, they out of here. So when you put up that demographic about who's working and who's not working, it's easier to find white collar jobs. It's easier for women to get hired for white collar jobs than it is for men. Because we do a different kind of work. We make a different kind of sacrifice for the family. Again, if you show a woman, yo, look, you can work out here waving this flag in construction at 0-degree weather in New York, in the midtown Manhattan. You got to work 10 hours a day. How much you gonna pay? Oh, I'll pay you $65,000 a year. This chick said that would be like, you know what? Nah, it's not worth it. 42nd Street, construction, 104 degrees in the summertime, -10 degrees in the winter. I can't do that. All right, well, we got this office job. Only paying 32. Give me that. It's something. See what I mean? It's a difference. That's why I wanted this dude, Yogi Bears. I wanted him to come up on this panel because those are the intangibles that you can't discuss that he refused to discuss. He said that black men are not working. So let me get this straight. Black men are simply just sitting at home not doing anything? That's not true. That's not true. How when 1% are in the military and the bar is so low for females in the military that it's not even registered? How when there's so many women doing white collar work and there's more black men doing blue collar work, but there's more white collar work that's available than blue collar work? These are the intangibles. Which is why I really think either he was a homosexual or he was parading around, he was a woman parading around as a man. Because you know, there's chicks that do that. They get a random guy's picture, make a Instagram account, and then just pop up on these things, and they just start. He's the only dude on there doing that. Harmonizing in that super chat. He said he took her back though. He got issues. Yeah, he do. He do. We're gonna discuss it. My brother Theo Coop, Do Better Podcast. He said hit the like button, people. Drew, what up though? That's my brother right there. That's my brother. LeBron, what's good, brother? Yes, sir. Yo, y'all, before I forget, we doing Vegas. Doing Vegas. The week of November 16th next year, 2024. We doing Vegas. Do Better Squad, the Pet Pack, and the 8-inch crew. Doing Vegas. No doubt, Focus Ball. No doubt. Yeah, Drip, the Great Recession. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. That Bear Stearns shit, that was an eye-opener. Those dudes was making bank over there. Those dudes at Bear Stearns, I'm not kidding when I tell you there was guys sitting at those that's making like $200,000 and $300,000 a year. And they came to work that morning. I was on my way to my blue collar job, and I'm getting dressed in the morning, and I'm looking, it said newsflash, Bear Stearns closed. I said, huh? And you see these dudes with Italian suits leaving the building with tears in their eyes. I said, what the fuck? Normally when a company like that is on the verge of going out of business, they let you know. That just, it came out of nowhere. I was like, oh man, that was crazy. Drip back in that super chat, he said, the YT guy we worked with in the command was a millionaire from Wall Street. You see what I'm talking about? He only started working for the city for health benefits. Bro, how many dudes we met like that? During that recession, they had to take city jobs. An extremely low, listen, you go from making $300,000 a year to making $80,000 a year. But you know what? Working for the city, our health benefits are unmatched. Dental and everything. Our health benefits are unmatched. They had a lot of dudes like that. When Wall Street went under and Bear Stearns closed, those guys started taking civil service exams because they had to do something. But you know what? They had to tighten their belt. That little Jaguar that they were driving, now they're driving a Toyota. Now imagine they were living a $300,000 a year lifestyle, and now they got to tell their children and their wife, yo, look, I ain't got it now. What we got in the bank, we got to make another budget because this is what I'm going to be making now. $85,000 a year, you was making $300,000. Yo, we got to sell one of the cars. Even if I get raises on this thing, top pay is only $100. And guess what? Some of those guys get into civil service late. You're like 39, 40 years old. Now you got to do a 23-year bid to get your retirement? Bro. It's real in these streets, bro. Bro, see? From a lawyer to a trash man, it's tough, man. It's crazy out here. But if you let this dude on Yogi Bears, whatever his name is, you let him tell it, the way he typed it, I just read it to you. You just think black men aren't working. And again, it had nothing to do with the brother Ali, what he was saying. So basically what I wanted to ask him is, okay, so because men aren't working, like how he put it, that justifies what black women do? Oh, I'm sorry. What he was saying is, if we were working and taking care of the household and leading, they wouldn't be doing that. That's a lie. Aisha Curry is still twerking, and you know, when she was on that show and that man came out with no shirt on, she took her wedding band off and put it in her pocket. Now, whether she was playing or not, you don't play like that. Like I told y'all before, Aisha Curry's married to the king of all light-skinned niggas right now. Every decade, they get a new king of light-skinned niggas. Steph Curry is about 6'3", perennial all-star, Hall of Famer, can hit a jump shot from anywhere in the world, and she's still complaining. She hit the jackpot. You have a tall, rich, light-skinned black man. You hit the jackpot, bitch. What is wrong with you? Sabotage, insecurity, self-hatred, jealousy. We're going to discuss it on Wednesday. We're going to discuss it on Wednesday. I promise you. This bitch won in life, and she's still doing that. Crazy stuff. And when you look at women like that, you're like, well, damn. What's a nigga got to do to win? You would think those women would be submissive. Tyrese, Will Smith, Steph Curry. They have no say in what their women wear outside. How about this? If you're not going to do it for me, at least do it for the children. LeBron said, I seen it at my old job. This journalist tried to work my job and it was a disaster. Bro, shit is real out here. Shit is real out here. White collar trying to cross over to do blue collar work? It's a nightmare for them. It's a nightmare. Drip back in that super chat. He said, he said the YT guy is the reason why I have a different deferred comp. Everyone didn't sign up. He was like, trust me, at 58, you won't regret it. Do it at 1% to start, but start, bro. I've been on that for the last 15 years, bro. No, I'm sorry. Longer than that. Trust me. Don't play with that thing. And if you want to get into it late, it might not hurt to ask. That's a whole nother show, bro. It might not hurt to ask, how could you double or triple up on your payments to bring you up to current, if it works that way for some people. You know what I'm talking about. That's a whole other conversation. Oh, Ram. Village Brother, salute. Oh, Ram. Kane, what's going on? Mad people committed suicide. Mad people committed suicide. They can't hack it. Imagine making $300,000 a year and you smooth sailing and you've been doing that successfully for at least 17 to 20 years. And then you go to work and your job's gone. You ain't do nothing wrong. The fucking business just tanked. And you still got shorties in school and they were just riding high like, yo, we good. And you thinking shit is good. And a lot of those cats, believe it or not, were living check to check because they felt they could afford to. Oh, I'm going on a cruise here and we're going to Italy and Christmas is around the corner and everything's paid off. And every time I spend my check, I still got $6,000 left over. And then you go to work that morning, you ain't got no job. Your last check is in the mail. It's like, oh, shit. How much we got in the savings, baby? We only got 500 racks? Listen. According to my math, we can only afford to stay in this house for another 3 months. We gotta sell. We can't afford to stay here. We gotta roll. We gotta sell this house, take what we got, go into a 3 or 4 bedroom in one of the outer boroughs. We can't live in Manhattan because it's expensive now. We gotta go to Queens. We gotta go to some parts in the Bronx, somewhere. We gotta downgrade. I gotta sell the Jaguar, the BM, the Mercedes. We need one van. And hopefully when all this gets done, somebody will call me for the civil service job that I gotta take. What you take? Sanitation. Good luck with that. I took the test for sanitation and police and all kinds of shit. Hope somebody will call me. Oh my God. And guess what? Some law enforcement, you might be too old to take that. You might be too old. You about to go lift garbage and you've been working in an office for 3 decades? Now you got to be out in the elements? No, you ain't built like that, buddy. You're not. So you're not built to work out in the elements like what usually this is what men do. You're not built to do that. That's when you started seeing these dudes that look very prestigious, but they working at fast food, they're working in the supermarket, and maybe they'll be a manager at the supermarket. And you're like, what the fuck is he doing here? He lost his shirt on Wall Street. He lost his shirt working for Bear Stearns. He probably came from a very prestigious position somewhere else, but he lost his shirt. And a lot of these guys through no fault of their own. That's why I don't clown people's position in life. You never know where they came from. You understand? These are the intangibles that this dude on the gram, he'd have got body bagged. He got body bagged and he know that. Now, Philip D, what's good? He'd have got body bagged and he knows that. I was really trying to get him to come up over here. But he started talking about what he does for a living. So what? You do IT work. I'm happy for you, brother, really. I'm happy when a brother's working. But that had nothing to do with what I'm dealing with here. With what Ali was talking about on this panel. It had nothing to do with it. We're not working, so therefore we can't lead. Bullshit. I gave you the extreme. Actors and athletes. Musicians, actors, athletes. And they still ain't got good women around them. Huh? So let me get this straight. Men are they're more unemployed by 6% than black women. Therefore, Sexy Red and Sukihana is our fault. Basically, that's what he's saying. And that's another thing. I just explained to you what the job market could potentially look like. What's the job market looking like right now? I'll tell you what it's looking like. The job market looks what it looks like right now, whether stress killing you or being underemployed. That's why everybody's running to social media with their skill. Lead attorney did 20-year bid. As an attorney, he's making more money and he's happier here on YouTube. Take that. How many? He's not the only attorney on here making a killing on YouTube. I found out there's dozens of them. Him, Dennis Sperling. There's this white guy from New York. I looked at his page. I said, God damn, he got 300,000 subs. When he puts out a video, he does the same. He's just a white guy. He does the same thing Lead does when a big case comes out. He breaks it down with his professional opinion. 100,000 views. I forget his name. I'm sub to him though. I forget his name. Italian dude with black hair. This is the lick right here. So I'm not knocking anybody's hustle. Lead tells you, man, start yourself a YouTube channel, find your niche and get busy. There's your job market. So this dude talking about, oh yeah, I do IT. I'm about to go to a weed dispensary. Dude, smoke the weed. But nobody fucking asked you about what you do for a living. I want to know who you're helping though. Because what you're not doing, you're not helping, chiming into a conversation. You didn't even get the context of what Ali was saying. You want to bring up black men not working? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the intangibles. Let's talk about why black men, there's more black men unemployed only by about 6% than black women. Let's talk about why they don't have white collar jobs available for black men. What's the market looking like? Stop playing, man. Who cares? Stop acting like you work in IT and you can't get laid off from you could be making a strong 6 figures from a company, and the company say, yo, look, we about to go belly up in about 8 months. You can take a package now or work until the last day, but you got to be ready to do something because we about to go belly up. They'll give you 6 months to make a decision. You got to make plans to take your business elsewhere. It's not a game out here. But you posted that and it sounded like you sounded like a woman, dude. You sound like a woman. So that's when I started clowning. I'm like, yo, bro, you neck popping and smacking gum and yes every time you hit post. You sound like a girl. My brother Theo Coop, Do Better Podcast, my fam. He says Vegas, November 2024. Drew, I hit 70K today. Speaking of hitting a lick, this brother right here, I can say I was here from the very beginning. He said, drinks on me next year. Pep Pack, the Ain't Ish crew, the Do Better Squad. Salute, man. Let me tell you something. I found that this brother came up on my algorithm. I swear to God, he only had about 700 subs. He was doing reaction videos. And I remember I clicked on this video and I said, I like this brother. And I hit the subscribe. And I hit all the notifications. And you know, he was doing reaction videos, and he was doing a lot of Kevin Samuels reaction videos. And I liked his. Anybody could do a reaction video, but I liked his approach to how he was interpreting what he saw. Him, that dude named Dave, you know, and I say I fuck with these brothers, right? So then I was listening to Dave one day, and Theo popped up in the chat. I said, "Oh shit, I follow homie." And I remember when Theo did his first live, his first one, and I was in there. And now this brother goes live every morning, same time I'm live. I think he goes on like an hour before me. The brother have like over 300 people in his live stream easy. When I tell you this brother came a long way, he sat down, he got some mentorship, he takes his craft seriously. And this brother, from 700 subs to 70,000 today. That's work, that's determination. And he takes his craft very seriously. So you gotta understand, when I see dudes like this cat, Yogi Bear, blaming black men for not working and being lazy, and that's another thing. The niggas he's talking about, that he's thinking of, I told him, this is another thing that I tell niggas, the way he was talking, because if y'all go follow Ilkan Ali, he's been on my show before. He was on my panel. Blu-ray brought him on. He goes on a lot of panels, all right? It sounded like he had a problem with male leadership in his upbringing. So I said, you know me, I said, yo, man, I think you got your mama last name. I think you got your mama last name. You know, when I say that, y'all know where I'm going with that. Listen, bottom line, man, if you got your mama last name, your mama was the side bitch. If you got your mama last name and only thing you know about your dad is what your mama told you, your mama was the side bitch. And her being a single mother and raising you by herself is her fault. It's her fault. And those open school nights where you saw your friends walk up with their parents or their dad, or even if the dad wasn't married to your friend's mom, he still showed up. You didn't have that. And there's some resentment in there. And because you overcame that, yeah, Theo, I was there. The first live, I was there, brother. That's right. And because you overcame that, you think that is some sort of stroke you can give yourself. I overcame something. Listen, I didn't say all women that are single mothers. I didn't say they're all bad. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is it's a struggle and it's a feeling that you had that didn't have to be there because your mother made a choice. That's what I'm saying. And the resentment that you have is misguided. It's misdirected, rather. If your mother told you that your dad ain't shit all your life, it's misguided. And what I kept telling homie is, if that's the case, because I was clowning him, get right with your pops, find out who he is, where he is, and talk to him because he's probably going to tell you a different story. Oh yeah, Phenomenal Mexican. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow too. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Oh, you spoon fed, you silver spoon in your mouth, you breastfed, and you went to private school, and your father, he promoted you right. So is that not what your fucking father's supposed to do? The fuck did your father do? I ain't gonna do shit for you, nigga. Get it out the mud. No. Your father's supposed to make sure your shit is as comfortable as possible, while showing you, if you don't do it this way, this could happen. You don't want this to happen. I'm telling you how to do it because I made the mistakes already. The fuck? Reset common sense. Salute. So if you really want to think about it, we are the only culture, and this is why I wanted his black ass up here, camera on. This is why I wanted him up here, because we are the only community that says shit like that. Bill Haney's in Devin Haney's life. He steered his career in the right direction. Now he's an undisputed champion of the world. Going to a whole nother weight division. The kid is worth millions of dollars. He's a brand now. And what is said about him? He's spoon-fed. He's not real. What? You got to be a broke bum-ass nigga to be real? Man, shut up. You want to talk about celebrating ignorance? Talk about that. He didn't talk about that. What Ali was talking about was women enabling the dysfunction in the black community. And what this nigga did was he came on here and said that the black community is pretty much messed up. The women are messed up because of the men. No, the men don't. The women don't follow our leadership anyway. I'll talk about that Wednesday. Tyrese, Steph Curry, Will Smith, it don't get any more high value than that. You have a brown-skinned nigga, a dark-skinned nigga, and a light-skinned nigga, all worth millions of dollars. And the women that they chose found a way to fuck it up. What is your problem? What is your problem? That's not our fault. That's not our fault. They're just out of order. Stop. Stop the nonsense. I want to talk about working. Let me see what this says, by the way. Black unemployment rate from Obama to Trump to Biden. So Obama from 2013 to about 2017. Okay, source Bureau. The source is from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, labor force statistics from the current population survey. Okay, all right. So they got these stats from over here, and they just uploaded it on blackdemographics.com. Now I want you to see something. Unemployment went down. Obama. Donald Trump, it leveled off and went a little bit down in 19, right? And then in 2020, the unemployment soared. But guess what? Look right here. That was COVID. 2020. Unemployment was up. Okay, so Donald Trump actually did pretty well until COVID. Unemployment went up during COVID. And then it went down some more. So now we're in Biden territory. Yo, bro, listen. Man, that's a whole other... Bro, that's a whole other show, y'all. That's a whole other show. Let's go to black-owned businesses. Let me see something. I want to know if they show the difference between black women and black men. Yeah, that actually, yeah. I can, you know what? I'm not gonna do it. Mo Boxing, my brother from across the pond, salute. COVID was something else. Businesses went out of order. I mean, little businesses like Subways and Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks. New York was so quiet. It was weird going outside. It was weird. But it was a little refreshing. It was a little refreshing. I'll say that. Yeah, Philip D. Serious, it did. So yeah, this dude, so it just got ugly. We were just insulting each other for the last day or so. But I said it to him right here as a point of information. We can also do this on the panel later tonight if you'd like. I have all of your information saved, and best believe I have mine, which was blackdemographics.com. The choice is yours. Drop your email, and we can get this thing going tonight at 11 p.m. That was last Friday, but what happened was I had something to do, so I didn't even go live, but he never dropped his email. He started just ducking the smoke, but everything that he said had nothing to do with what my brother Ali was talking about. Everything he said had nothing to do with what the brother Ali was talking about. I'll play it for you one more time so you can hear it. Wait for it to reset. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. I want to get it from the beginning because it's very important what he says. Here it is.
Y'all supporting the gay culture, fat culture, all the cultures, everything culture, the feminist culture with no families. Y'all are supporting this, not men. And if a man tells you the truth and push back on it, he's toxic, he's a narcissist, he's sexist, and he's a bigot. Everything we do to try to support families, our black women push back on. That's the problem. So if you want to talk about sexualizing, make sure you acknowledge what the mamas are doing right in front of their boys and their daughters, having men going in and out, having their titties all over the internet, having their ass all over the internet, showcasing everything and marketing to other men while you got a man and you got children, while you got babies.
See that? See that? You can't make that ish up, man. Trying to find this. Had a picture of a chick taking a picture in the bathroom in lingerie, and the picture's being taken by her son, no more than maybe 5 or 6 years old, but he was standing on the sink with the phone out, and you saw it because of the reflection in the mirror. I was like, oh my God. Teach, what's going on? I was like, oh my God. This is where we at as a people, man. This is where we at. But that's black men's fault because we're not working. And if we're not working, if we are in a household and we're not working, the women don't have to respect us. This is what this is my interpretations. I was going to ask him these questions. So if we're living in the house and we're unemployed, that means the woman they don't have to respect us. We don't have no say so anything in the house. Is that what you're saying? We're not leaders of the household. Check this out. So if she's paying all the bills, And y'all know I'm going with this. Y'all heard enough people say this. She's paying all the bills and I have no say and nothing. If someone kicks in that door downstairs, don't wake me up. You know where the pistol's at. Go handle your business. Because I have no say in this household. This is your house because you're paying all the bills. So we're not leading because we're not working. And that's not even accurate. So I don't want to sound like a broken record, but this is the smoke that I wanted him to come get. So for him to bring up that he does IT work, I don't care about that. Because what another question I had for him is, okay, great, you know, you do IT work. Steve L, what up? What kind of IT work you do? Because I know he said he was going to a weed dispensary to work on their computer system, and that's fine. I believe him. I'll take him at his word. But you run your household? Is your wife submissive to you? This is what I would ask him. Is your wife submissive to you? Whatever it is, Drip, she better know how to work it because I ain't getting out of bed if she's not respecting me as a man because I'm unemployed. If someone does a B&E, you go handle that, bitch, because I can handle myself. Whether it's a shotgun, a 6-hour P226, Glock 19, Smith & Wesson, AR-15, whatever it is, I hope she knows how to work it. I'm fine. But I would ask this dude, yo, so your wife is submissive to you and your wife isn't out of order and your kids aren't out of order and everyone respects you because you're the breadwinner and you're working with all the G's that he said. Big Ram said, Debo voice, what wife? Exactly. Because the way he was talking, I know that nigga ain't married. Ain't no one asked him what he do for a living. I was going to try and get him on the panel so I can ask him, yo, what you do for a living? Okay. When someone broadcasts what they do for a living, that must mean you got it like that. That means if your wife is working, it's about choice. But outside of that, you handle that. You handle all the bills. You have a pension plan. You have all of that shit worked out because you're that dude. And what you're talking about black men don't do, don't apply to you. And that's what I'm saying. I don't have pookies in my circle. As you get older, you are who you hang out with. There's niggas that I had to leave behind because they were living a lifestyle that it didn't apply to me. How could I be on track? Trill Will, my brother, salute Demon, what up? How can I be on track to head in one direction, but this dude is still over here doing something stupid? Terrence, what's good, bro? I got your phone call. I was busy. I was dealing with my mother, brother. I appreciate you, though. Oh, yeah, Dr. Mark. I was just trying to figure him out. I wanted to get him on the panel because you know how I do. Come on the panel, turn your camera on, and let's chop. But I'm willing to bet one of two things. Number one, that was probably a woman. That was probably a woman. That was probably a woman with a dude's picture. But if that really was him, I think he was a homosexual. What Ali was saying had nothing to do with what the point he was trying to make. Because there's so many intangibles. You talking about black men not working? I just broke down. I just showed you the fucking pie chart. And I explained it in depth between white collar work, white collar work, blue collar work, what people choose to do and what what work is available. There's only a 6% difference between unemployed black women and unemployed black men. So if these sisters are unemployed or they're underemployed, because then there's that. Because I can have a job and you can have a job, but I can make more money than you. So if the sisters are unemployed, I mean, I thought they were bosses. What's going on here? What's going on here? Oh, no doubt, Terrence. No doubt. So I had questions for the young man. and it turned into a shit. He would rather go back and forth and disrespect me. Tell me, oh, well, read what I sent you. Read what I sent you. Man, I got time for that shit. It was 20 fucking pages. I had to go to work. I said, send me to the page that proves your point. Send me the bullet points, and I can read it. And I told him I'll be in and out the chat. Send me the bullet points and let's have a conversation. Fuck that. I have a panel. Come on, let's chop it up. And what does he do? I won't be responding. He said some monologue like a villain, big old villain, and said I will no longer be responding because you ain't read what I sent you. I absolutely read what you sent me. And I said this shit is easily explained on blackdemographics.com. In fact, it puts more emphasis on black people. All races, black people. And I said, what you're sending me is a half-truth. Half-truth. You have to explain it. What he sent me was a picture of a boxer laid out on the floor and a guy standing over them with his arms in the air. Okay, he won. I think, was that a knockout? Huh? I could show you a picture of Floyd Mayweather getting punched in the face and sweat flying off the top of his head. And a person that doesn't know boxing, I could send that picture to them and say, yo, look, this is what the media don't want you to see. Floyd lost this fight. And that person, Shauna, what up? And that person would say, oh, look, Floyd lost his fight. And you'd be like, nigga, no, he didn't. Well, look, I have the picture. That's Shane Mosley. Yeah, but you know, my guy that watched boxing said he lost his fight. Yeah, he was trolling you. This punch right here was the only punch Shane landed in the whole fight. After this, Floyd beat his ass for the rest of the fight. Did you watch the fight yourself? You see a picture gonna tell you half the story. You're sending me information from a PDF file. It tells you the numbers, but why do the numbers look like that? See, you can apply boxing and everything. Fighter A should be able to beat Fighter B, but there are intangibles that makes Fighter B dangerous. Let me get on my boxing shit for a second. On paper, I just mentioned Shane Mosley, right? Which one of y'all thought that Vernon Forrest was good? Who thought that Vernon Forrest was really gonna beat up Shane Mosley when they fought the first time? It was at the fucking theater in New York. Shane comes to the ring with Ludacris. He was getting in touch with the hip hop crowd. Cadillac, Grills, Cadillac, yeah, check out the oil my Cadillac spill. Shane came to the ring and Vernon beat his ass. And everyone was like, yo, who is this guy? I knew who he was because I watched boxing. And when that fight was signed, I said, you know what? This is going to be a hard fight for Shane. I said that. I didn't know that Vernon was going to beat his ass like that. I said, yo, I don't know if it's not going to be easy. This guy, Vernon, if you want to apply duck to anybody, it was Vernon Forrest. He was a decorated amateur. Everybody knew who he was, even Floyd. Paul Williams knew who he was. Everyone knew who he was. He was undefeated by the time he got to Shane Mosley. He was undefeated. But Shane was more popular. 2 fights with Oscar De La Hoya, blockbuster pay-per-views, 2 wins against Oscar De La Hoya. Basically. He's getting there with someone that no one knew of, but guess what? He already beat Shane's ass in the amateurs. And everyone's like, well, you know, that's the amateurs. Okay. But I said, look, this guy's long. He's rangy. I don't know. And he beat Shane's ass. And then got in there with him in the rematch and beat him up again. It was like crazy. And I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just telling you what happened. Now watch this. Now Vernon Forrest is on top of the world. He was on NBA on TNT with Charles Barkley, and he was on top of the world. I said, man, he's shooting top of the world, and he deserved it because he was saying Shane is getting all the shine that I'm supposed to get. Everybody he beat, I beat them too. And after he beat up Shane, you believed it. Like, yo, okay, well, this guy's the truth. Then he signs to fight on HBO against a guy named Ricardo Mayorga. And what happened? As soon as he got in the ring with Ricardo Mayorga, Mayorga went upside his head. And that's how we got to know Ricardo Mayorga. And then he rematched him. He was like, oh, that was a fluke. Rematched him. He ran into his kryptonite just that fast. He just beat Shane Mosley. In the next fight, he ran into his kryptonite. I was like, God damn. That's crazy. And on paper, that was just a showcase fight because Ricardo swings wide and he's a tough guy, but you're supposed to beat his ass. And Ricardo went upside his head and stopped him. I was like, what's going on here? And his was crazy. A couple of years later, Ricardo Mayorga fights Shane Mosley. Shane Mosley knocks him out. That's why we don't do triangle theories. Just a little boxing for y'all. Intangibles. Intangibles. You can show me a stat. It's cool. You can regurgitate a lot of shit. But you got to be able to explain certain things. So he sends me this PDF. I said, okay. Let's have a pep talk. I can show you the graphs. I can explain to you why things are the way they are. Don't just tell me that black men are just sitting at home and not working, and that's why the women are out of order. So the women don't respect us because we're not working? That's what you're saying? That's not true. Will Smith was working. Uh-oh. Oh, well, Drew, you're going to the extreme. No, I'm not. Because that behavior is symbolic of what black men are dealing with on all levels of income. Night Train, salute. Will Smith is working. Tyrese is working. Steph Curry, he's not going through anything right now with Aisha, but we just don't trust her ass. You see what I'm saying? So I wanted him to come up here and explain himself. And then I wanted to ask him, brother, you married? You have kids? Are you the head of your household? Exactly. So I don't know who the fuck that kid was talking about. Yogi Bears. I don't know who he was talking about. The amount of men, there are certain men that don't deserve any respect. But see, in that instance, you got to look at the women and say, why'd you pick this jerk? You picked him. All this nigga do is play Xbox, whatever. You bought the Xbox, stupid. All he do is smoke weed. Yeah, you smoking it with him. He don't take out the garbage. He home all day. And you dealing with it. He was doing that when you met him. I don't let these girls tell me that shit. Like, yo, wait, hold on. He's also over 6 feet tall. And you always talking about his dick game. Now you done reproduce with him. And he's exactly who he was when you met him. Please don't complain. You did this, stupid. I ain't gonna belabor the point, but I just want to show y'all that. Be talking this boxing shit tomorrow morning. I needed a couple of days off. Had to take care of some family stuff. But like and share this video, man. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, the Super Chat. This is what it's about. These aren't brothers that this clown Yogi was talking about. Now I bet you if I showed him this picture, you know what he'll say? You wanna know what he'll say? Well, you don't know what these dudes do. Some of these dudes could have felonies. Some of these dudes could have just raped somebody. Some of these dudes could have women out of wedlock. That's not what this picture is supposed to represent. This picture represents the majority of black men. This picture is a representation of what we're supposed to be. Striving towards excellence. Well-dressed, well-mannered, well-composed. Compassionate, polite. all good and well behaved. Not chasing after bullshit just so we can call ourselves braves. Man, I wish that dude would have darkened my doorstep, because he was about to get cooked. Cooked. Obliterated. Man, salute to y'all. Young Hollywood, salute, man. Yeah, Kofa, bro, the hate for us, and these are all, and like I said, I don't know. Kofa, if you go to that post, did I share it in the group? Let me see if I let me see if Kofa, I just put it in the table in the group so you could look at it yourself. Listen to what he's saying and read our conversation. You'll see it. I just put it in the table. Just read the whole conversation. It was like ridiculous, dude. I had to start clowning this dude. I have to dumb my shit down when I realize what I'm dealing with. Louis Hanton, salute. I shared it in the group just now on the table. Just look at it. He said he ain't got no time, but he's in there fussing with me and like 2 other dudes in there. It's like, what are you talking about? Crazy feminine. I mean, backshot Bobby. It's awful. Man, salute to y'all, man. I'll be back Wednesday. Like and share the video. Smash the like button. Salute to everybody in Venmo, Zelda, Cash App, the Super Chat. I'll see y'all in the AM. And I already know what time it is, man. We LDBC strong out here. Much love. We out.